Hey guys, it's Shadows906. I haven't been reading lately, alone. Besides on the Fridays with my friend. I haven't been mostly been reading alone because I've been kind of sick for past 2 weeks, and I haven't been able to read for so long. I had bad throat and constant coughing. So now I'm all better. So hopefully you guys are ready for a new story. This time I've got a notice, because since you guys mostly like Jeff the Killer stories, and also love other stories as well, but I've mostly been getting told to put another Jeff the Killer story. So I've been told about this other story called Too Innocent to Kill, Jeff the Killer love story. So I'm going to be reading that story, even though it's kind of a short story. I'll be reading 4 chapters today, and yeah, hopefully you guys like this story, and of course, no one read it so far, and yeah, let's get it going. Chapter 1, Prologue, Slenderman's point of view. I was stalking through the woods, stalking since no one has been coming for me to kill. I then sensed the presence of a human, and I silently walk towards it. As I get closer, I hear a baby crying and a car driving away. Strange, when a small bundle comes into view, I pick it up, and it turns out to be a small baby. No more than a year old, possibly even less. I stare into her icy blue eyes, and she stops crying and giggles, and touches her hand to my cheek and smiles. I can't find it in me to kill her, to even harm her. So I take her back with me to my dimension, the creepypasta dimension. I take her back to the abandoned mansion that I occupy. It's been a couple years since I found the little girl. I decided to call her Sophia. At 5 years old, she can walk and speak English perfectly. She calls me Daddy, and I've been keeping the fact that I found her a secret. Daddy, may I go outside to play? Sophia asks me when I'm finishing up a body. The body in gore doesn't scare her, but I try to hide it from her anyway. I nod, knowing that everyone knows not to mess with her. I finished the body and made Sophia's and my dinner. I walk out to the garden she goes to every day, and I call for her. I find her by the lilacs, taking to somebody. As I get closer, I notice that it's Smile Dog that she's talking to. I walk beside her quietly, knowing that Smile Dog... I work beside her quickly, know that Smile Dog is dangerous. When I peer, I notice that she's petting him, and he is smiling even more. He looks at me and gives me an acknowledging bark and turns its attention back to Sophia. Daddy, can we keep him? She asks, her voice filled with hope. I can't say no to her. So I nod, and as I'm about to tell her his name, she states, I'm going to name him Smile because he can smile like me. See, Daddy? She then shook me. She looks at me and gives me one of her biggest smiles. I chuckle and I tell her that supper is ready and that she can bring Smile with her. I forgot to let you guys know. I got confused at that part. It wasn't actually a chapter. It was the introduction. So now for chapter 1, Sophia's point of view. I can't wait to open the presents Daddy got for me. Today is my 13th birthday, and I'm excited. I smile as is going to be there too, and he's excited with me. I walk into the room Daddy is always in, and I'm greeted with the smell of blood and dead body, the usual. Daddy, may I go play in the garden? I ask, and he turns around and nods. Daddy doesn't talk much. I skip out the front door, and I gently walk over to the baby's breath. They're beautiful, as always, and I pick one and I slightly smell the fragrance. I then call for Smile, and he walks up to me. His ears then go alert, and he stands guard in front of me, while looking in the direction of the woods. "Smile, what's wrong?" I say with a slight giggle in my voice. "Surely no one will hurt me. Daddy said so." Then out of nowhere, a boy a little older than me, with really pale skin, a smile carved into his cheeks, and no eyelids, jumps out and lands on me. I grunt as I land on the ground, and he brings a knife close to my throat. I'm too stunned to say or do anything, so I just lie there, while Smile went running back to the mansion, probably getting Daddy. I gulp out of fear, and tears come to my eyes. "Mister, please, just go to sleep." He then gets grabbed by a long black tentacle and thrown to the ground. I sit up and see Daddy walking towards me, worry on his blank face. "Go inside, Sophie." "Yes, sir," I reply as I get up and take one last look at the guy who attacked me. I hope Daddy doesn't kill him. I then run back to the house and up to my room, where I find my present. My eyes lit up, and I try to forget the bad situation that Daddy and that guy is in. I open the present to find a new dress. It's a really pretty blue dress. The ribbon and it's baggy. Looking on the bottom, Daddy knows I've been wanting a new dress. "Thank you, Daddy," I screamed, hoping he would hear, which he always does. I then try it on, and it's perfect, and it fits perfectly, and it complements my icy blue hair. "Thank you, Daddy. Thank you for everything." Chapter 2. Continuing with Sophia's point of view. I opened my eyes to the sound of someone yelling. I opened my door to find Daddy dragging that guy from the other day to the cellar. I don't want that guy to get hurt. He probably didn't know any better. After Daddy goes back into his room, I cautiously sneak down the stairs to the cellar to find the guy chained to the wall by his hands. He's looking down to the ground. "Mister, I don't you dare get closer," he commands, his lidless eyes staring right at me. "Sir, I know that what my daddy is doing isn't very nice, but he's just looking out for me," I exclaim, trying to let him know that my daddy is not a bad daddy. "Girl, if I was free and if I had my knife, I'd wipe that innocent look off your face." I gulped at his remark. Tears come to my eyes and I fall to my knees. He looks at me strangely. "Why can't everyone here just get along? Why doesn't everyone here always want to kill me? Or want to kill?" Sorry, people. My eyes then lit up and I stand. "I know maybe no one has been shown any kindness. I'll show people kindness, starting with you." He gets a strange look in his eyes, but I shrug it off and I nauseously walk to the kitchen and I prepare some oatmeal and milk. I then hurry back down the stairs and I set the tray in front of him and he stares at it. "How the hell am I supposed to eat it?" he asks. I giggle and I reply, "I'll feed you, silly." I then proceeded to pick up the spoon and I directed it towards his mouth. "You expect me to allow a little girl like you to feed me? I can live on my own," he says in a deep, gravely voice. I look down and smile. "I'm sorry, I'm just trying to help." He then does something unexpected. "Fine, I'll eat it," he mumbles. I look up bright-eyed with a smile adorning my face. I then pick up the spoon and I hold it near his mouth, and he takes the bite. The gashes on the sides of his face open and close with his mouth. I then keep feeding him, and when he asks for a drink, I give it to him. This goes on for weeks. I learned that his name is Jeff. I've learned his story, and I've heard a lot about Liu, something like that. Sorry, I can't really say his name. I can understand that he misses his brother very much. I've told Jeff about me and Daddy, and I've even got him to laugh a couple of times. He's a really nice guy when you get to know him. We are sitting there talking after he's eaten, and he asks, "Why do you always bring me oatmeal and milk? Do you want water?" I asked in return, and he slightly laughs. No. Do you have anything besides oatmeal? I think for a while, and the cellar filled with only our breathing. There's other food besides oatmeal. Or, I asked seriously. Oatmeal is all that I've ever known. That and what Daddy eats. Is that the only thing he feeds you? I nod my head. That's the only thing he can feed me, since he doesn't know anything else I like, and he can't take me out in public. Jeff nods and smiles. The cellar door opens and my heart starts beating fast. Is that Daddy? Will he be mad? Please don't let him hate me. Chapter 3. Sophie, Daddy exclaims as he walks down. He stares at me even though he has no eyes. I can feel his gaze. Tears come to my eyes and I run to Daddy's feet. I'm so sorry, Daddy. I just didn't want someone to die on my account. I look up at him with my tear-filled eyes, and he gives his rare deep laugh. He then bends down and pets my head. No, Sophia, I'm not mad. You just had to ask for me to let him go, and I would have. Sorry guys, I'm gonna reread that. Kinda lost my place. You just had to ask me to let him go, and I would have. I get up and pat the dust off my dress. I look at him questioningly and I hug him. I knew you were a nice Daddy. I knew it. I'm sorry, Daddy. Can you let him go? He nods. He nods as he gets out a key and unlocks the chains, and Jeff rubs his wrists. And an hour has passed and Jeff is still here. Not that I'm not happy, but didn't he want to leave? It's dinner and Daddy got me something new to eat. Jeff's eating with us and he's eating the same thing I am. Something called a cheeseburger. Whatever it is, it's delicious. Daddy also got something called Mountain Dew, and I loved it. I'm feeling a little bit hyper from it though. I've been giggling for 10 minutes and Jeff keeps looking at me. The hell, are you okay? I nod gleefully, feeling every energetic. He just stared at me and continued to eat. Sophie, Jeff is going to be staying with us, only if it's okay with you though. My eyes light up and I nod frantically. Yes, yes, yes. I would love having someone to play with, Daddy. I have this feeling to jump around, so I get up and run to the garden with Daddy's permission. Jeff right behind me. Apparently he's supposed to be my bodyguard against new creepypastas. I was about to do a cartwheel when Smile ran up to me and Jeff got out his knife. It's okay, Jeff. It's only Smile, my dog. Jeff nods and sheaths his knife back into his jacket pocket. I then start running around with Smile. I then stop and I run back to Jeff and I tackle him. Hey! He yells as we fall to the ground, with me giggling all the way. The hell you do that for? He exclaims as he sits up and I am still on the ground giggling. Having Jeff here is going to be fun. Chapter 4. I opened my eyes to see Jeff's eyes staring directly in mine. Yeah! I scream as I jump up and grab my pillow. My breath coming fast. I then realize that it's Jeff and I calm down. I was wondering when you're going to wake up, he says as a yawn overtakes him. I look at him questioningly. Did you get enough sleep? Did you get enough sleep? He shakes his head and explains to me that my daddy told him to keep watch over me throughout the night. My eyes widen at the thought of him getting no sleep. I jump up and I push him onto my bed and I throw the cover on him. What do you think you're doing? He asks as he's trying to get up. I then sit on him. You aren't going anywhere without sleep, I state boldly, hoping that I wasn't hurting him. I look at him and his face is a bit red. I gasp, and my hand rushes towards his forehead. Are you alright? You're all red. He then pushes me off of him and gets off the bed. He then mumbles that he was going to his own room for some sleep as he walked through my door. I wonder what that was about. I'm playing in my garden, a gentle breeze caressing my body as I sit on the soft grassy ground. The sun was giving a soft glow, and I could hear the wind whispering through the trees. The garden full of beauty, baby's breath. I was making a flower tiara for myself, Daddy, and Jeff when I hear footsteps. Jeff went inside to use the bathroom. Is he back? I stand and look around. To my surprise, I saw a girl with black hair with I saw a girl with mid-back length black hair with black irises and white pupils. I stare in amazement at her beauty. She is wearing mostly black, and the wind tugs slightly at her shirt. She starts walking towards me and stops right in front of me. She puts her hand out and asks in a silky voice, "I'm Jane, and you are?" Okay guys, well that's the end of part 1, and I'll be reading more tomorrow, so yeah, get ready for part 2, and I'll see you guys. And sorry, I've been I'm still kind of sick, just a little bit of a runny nose and a slight bit of coughing. So hopefully I start getting even more better. So yeah. Alrighty then guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.